And then I have another one. So this is a little purple one. Let's see if I put these in here, if it's this shot. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. If you love shopping and handbag videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really wanted to show you guys my 60-year-old Hermes bag that came back from the Hermes bag spa. Now, I picked up this bag about 5 months ago on Vestiaire Collective. I purchased it for about 700 Australian dollars, which is around 500 USD. And it was a little worse for wear. It's called the Palonnier bag, which I did some research, and upon doing research found out it was from the 1960s. It did smell a little bit like an old library. The leather felt a little bit dry, dirty, and I was just hoping that maybe if I gave it to Hermes, they might be able to put a little bit of life back into it. Now, in total, my repair cost 420 Australian dollars, and they simply just restored the leather and cleaned it up. I think they did a little bit of color retouching as well. I didn't ask for any of the pieces to be replaced or the hardware to be replaced. When I bought it into Hermes, they took in my bag and then assessed it and then came back with a quote. So I feel like maybe they might not have been able to replace the handle because it's a really old bag. Maybe they don't make these handles anymore, but in any case, I just got the simple kind of revitalization for my bag. So let's have a look at it today. Oh, and also guys, I really wanted to show you the bag I wore yesterday. But today I wore my Kelly 32 from 2004. This bag is, I suppose it's almost 20 years old as well, and it's honestly, I could probably take it to the Hermes bag spa as well, just for a resuscitation. Now, the sales associate that served me said that generally box calf is easier to spa, which is this bag here is actually in an older style of box calf leather, whereas Epsom, it doesn't spa as well. But I do have a few bags in Epsom. I have a vintage Kelly in Courchevel leather, which is very similar to Epsom, and I have this bag, and I will say it does have some scratches on it, and it kind of gets like these like white bits on it over time. So yeah, Epsom leather, although it does keep the structure, and yeah, I do like how it keeps the shape, it sometimes looks a little bit old and it's harder to spa. So anyway, I might take this to the bag spa one day just to see how they can kind of freshen it up. The good thing about when you get your bag restored is they'll give you a repair receipt, and that's kind of like proof of authenticity in a way. They give you a free dust bag as well when you take your bag to the bag spa. So this bag didn't come with a dust bag, but now I have a dust bag. And they gave me a little note as well, now that it's come back from the bag spa. He said that it'd probably take another 5 to 10 years before I might need to take this bag back to the bag spa again. But, you know, given its age, I don't know if I ever would restore it again. I just wanted to give it a bit of life. And because I got it for a really good deal, I thought, oh, it might be nice to restore it a little bit. So this is the bag back from the bag spa. It's honestly not a huge difference. It just feels like they did a few minor things to it. Seems like they've must have nourished this. I don't know if they've used beeswax or something to put some of the luster back into this box calf. They've also cleaned up some of the dirt from the tarnish on the handles up the top, because I found that this gold hardware was leaving marks. So they've cleaned that up, and they've definitely shined up some of the hardware as well over here. Now the front part, I noticed at the back, it felt like it was going to crack back here. So now you can still see the leather is not perfect. It still looks a little bit dirty, but I will say it doesn't feel dirty. It's actually just old. It's just an old bag, like especially a 60-year-old white bag. I mean, it's actually crazy that this actually lasted this to this point. Like I mean, this bag is like double the age of me almost. So I mean, it is a little piece of history that that's what I like about Hermes. You just, you know, you can get a really old bag and they'll still service it for you. Like, I find that pretty good service, and it's almost like preserving a little part of history. It's really sustainable as well to kind of put life back into these really old bags. And I know 60 years old, I'm not saying 60 years old is old, but for a bag, it's, you know, there's not many bags that you find that are 60 years old from, you know, big top name designer brands. Like, yeah, it's pretty rare. So this style of bag, it's called the Palonnier, and it's supposed to be really compact like this. It does have a gusset that lets it kind of like open up, but the style of it is quite flat, and it's very like close to the body. It's a really nice top handle. I think it kind of looks cute as a shoulder bag as well, although I think back in the day they would have just worn it as like a little top handle bag. Now when you open the bag, I can see they improved some of this part as well. It's really subtle, honestly. It's more in just like the smell is not as there anymore, like the old library smell, and the leather feels like it's not flaking as much as it was before. Like, it definitely feels like they put something back into it. I want to show you guys what fits in this bag, because it seems like a very, very small bag because it's so thin, but it does expand. So let's have a little look. So it just opens up like this. And it came with its own mirror. I don't know if the mirror is original, but back of it is a bit gross. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that's a original mirror. But yeah, it's got a few random pockets inside. It's almost like a wallet on chain, but yeah, they just have like little slip pockets in there. So it's interesting to see, like, a lot of bags from the 50s and 60s were quite thin like this. So I've got an iPhone 12 mini. Fits in there. Also, I usually test my bags out with My Little Ponies, but I really don't think they're going to fit. So if I like put a miniature My Little Pony in here, oh, maybe. And then I have another one. So this is a little purple one. Let's see if I put these in here, if it's, well, this shot. Oh my god. What the? Okay, it fits My Little Ponies. That shocked me, because I think it's because look how it like, it kind of like flares out. So, okay, it fits it actually fits a lot. Like, it expands. So, okay, it fits 2 My Little Ponies. But I think the style of this bag, when you're storing it, you're not supposed to stuff it. It's supposed to stay thin, kind of like a wallet on chain. Like, it kind of stays compact. So anyway, we'll put my iPhone in there. I've got a lipstick holder. Put that in there. And then I have a Kelvy card holder. I'll put that in there as well. My key clay. Slide that on in. It's getting a bit full now. I've got my AirPods. Just shove that down there. Yeah, I'm actually shocked how, like, see how it kind of, like, gussets out? So you can actually fill it up. Very interesting. See how that kind of, like, opens up now? But I think the style of it, you're supposed to keep it bent. So, hey, but it's nice how it fits a lot, isn't it? And then I guess when it's full, you can stand it up properly, because with no stuff in it, it doesn't really stand. So if I just like, yeah, then it will do that. Really interesting design, right? Anyways, if you guys are looking for this bag, it's called the Palonnier, and it comes in a few different sizes. I've never really seen a cream one before, which is, I snapped it up because it was a really good price, but also I thought the color was pretty unique. So that's why I got it. It actually looks much better now that I put stuff in it. Wow. See? And then it's, yeah, oh my god, I love it. Wow. I'm actually, okay, now that I put stuff in it, it looks more like a proper bag. Anyways, it comes in exotic variations as well. Lizard, crocodile, like a bigger style one. So, yeah, it's a pretty unique bag. So, yeah, if you're looking for, like, a more affordable Hermes bag, maybe check out the Palonnier bag. And, yeah, usually they're pretty old. I don't know how long Hermes made this bag for, how many years, but yeah, there's a lot of ones from like the 60s. Open it. I remember these parts here were a lot more tarnished, so they've kind of done something to just clean it up a little bit. They've also got some of the marks here. They've erased it a little. And on the inside, it used to feel a lot dirtier, so I know they don't clean the inside, but I feel like they've done something here because it just feels not as musty as it did before. And they've definitely shined up the hardware here. It's actually incredible how long this hardware has stayed like this, because like this is still really gold hardware. Whereas if, like, I know I'm always like dissing other brands, but if you go to Louis Vuitton, guys, and get a bag with gold hardware, like a modern day bag, you find that it scratches off really fast and the gold fades away. And even with some vintage Chanel bags, you find the gold start chipping away. So it's actually crazy that this has lasted this. I mean, they must have really thickly laid on the gold with this hardware, because I think Hermes does use real gold to plate their hardware. And even here, like, it's crazy that the gold is still intact after this many years. So yeah, I would say like Hermes hardware is really good quality. It does tarnish, but you kind of just need to use some polishing cloths to polish it up. Like, I know here it's kind of tarnished too, but I used some gold polishing cloths to shine that up, and it came up, it like cleans up really well. I mean, like all bags, Hermes bags do age, but they seem to spar really well. So I'm really impressed with that as well. Yeah, but as I said, this bag is not perfect. They couldn't make it look brand new. And the handle is still very kind of cracked. It's actually not as dirty as it was before. So I can see they've cleaned it up as much as they could, but it's still very dry. And you can see it's still cracked. But once leather like kind of gets to this point, it's pretty hard to do anything. So I'm not sure if they really tried to do much to this, but I'm planning to just like put a little cute twilly on it anyway, and that will kind of disguise any of this cracking. I think if I really wanted to save this bag, I would have to replace the handle, but I don't know if I can be bothered, guys, because I feel like it's going to cost like at least $1,000, and yeah, I don't know. I guess $1,000 is not that bad, but I don't know. I don't know if they would be willing to replace this as well. So I'm okay with it just being like this. And I mean, it is an old bag, so kind of adds to the character of it, I suppose. I'm not going to try and make this look like a new bag because it's old. And another thing that I noticed is that the sides, I feel like it used to be a lot thinner and like cracking away, but I think they've just touched up some of the edge paint a little bit, because it looks like, yeah, definitely it used to have less edge paint on the side. So I think they've like finally just gone around it and just sealed it off again, because yeah, before it was kind of cracking a little bit. I don't know if I took a photo of that, but I've just noticed that they've definitely fixed up that edge paint. Yeah, box calf tends to really like spar quite well, and it does wear, and yeah, it actually wears quite well. Like I mean, you can't really expect much more than this. I mean, it's a 60-year-old bag, as I've said a million times. It's yeah, it's just incredible that it's lasted this long, and it still looks like very wearable, beautiful, unique. So I'm really excited to wear this. I'm definitely going to try it with a twilly. I don't know what twilly I'm going to try with it, guys, because I have a lot of twillies here, my spare twillies. So I'm thinking it could be cute with like a little bit of a contrast, like this rainbow black one. I don't know, but then you could also do something, you know, maybe I was thinking like this with the lion on it and like the pastel theme. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna just try. I mean, I have some Chanel twillies as well. That could be like kind of fun, just a chunkier twilly. But yeah, anyways, let me know, have you ever got your bag sparred at the Hermes bag spa? I think I will use them again in the future for some of my other vintage Hermes bags, just to like nourish the leather again. If you are thinking of buying a vintage Hermes bag and it's a little bit like, it looks a bit dirty or worn out, you know, there is a possibility that you can get it sparred at the Hermes bag spa. You don't need a receipt, you don't need to be the original owner of the bag. They will just service it for you for a cost, of course. So yep, thanks for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you on my next one. Bye!